So now I have the Tiltrotator mounted on the Terex. I got the tilt cylinder hooked on here. I had this strap just to hold it in the beginning. I have just hooked up the hydraulics for this manifold down here in here. So I have hooked that up, and you can see I have it to my outlet on the Terex. And if I now take this one down and push the button or the pedal inside, nothing happens. So the manifold is now stopping the pressure to reach the quick connector right here, or the tilt cylinder, or the outlets under. So with no power going to the magnetic valves here, nothing is happening. You can see here I have my alligator clamps here clamped onto two wires right here. Just want to make sure these are not connecting like this. So I have these two wires now connected, and they are going to this number 3 here on this magnetic valve. So if I hook this up to the battery and give it 12 volts now, so now it's get full 12 volts. The magnetic valve is full open. And if we then do the same thing, we can see that now we are tilting. Pretty neat. So now we are using this pedal for the tilt. Here we have the extra outlet that goes for the rotation. If I now switch this over to, there it is. So now I have it hooked up to that one and give it power from this battery. And if I now use the same pedal right here, you can see the quick connector is moving. Now I know that this is used for the quick connector. The number 3 from this position, this one here, is used for the tilt. Now I need to find out which one is for the outlets under, because as soon as I know which one is for the outlets under, I have the 3 functions I want. I want to run from this auxiliary output, I want to run the tilt, I want to run the quick connector, and I want to run the outlet under. So let me draw to you and show you how I'm thinking to do it. Okay, so I hope this can explain a little bit of what I am thinking about doing with this magnetic valves and inside the excavator. So inside the excavator I will make 3 buttons, one for tilt, one for the coupler, and one for the auxiliary output, and one ground. And I already have one wire going with 4 wires to the front of the stick on the excavator. So I will use 3 for the power, 1 from the tilt, 1 from the coupler, and 1 from the auxiliary output, and the other one will be ground, that will be coupled to everyone on the Tiltrotator. So this is the magnetic valves I'm trying to draw here. So everyone will have each wire from this panel going. So when I am activating the tilt, this one is sending 12 volts to the tilt magnetic valve, and when I then want to change the bucket out, I have to switch this one off, switch this one for the coupler on. This will send power to the magnetic valve that is controlling the quick connector, and then I have to switch it off again for using the tilt and switch this on. The only thing here is I can actually have everything on, and then everything will be working poorly because everything will be demanding the oil. But that's a possibility, but it's only me using this machine, so it shouldn't be any problem. And I will use switches with light so I can see which one is on, and it will be straight in front of me, so I think it will be a nice way to have it. And so using this I will be able to control the Tiltrotator with my pedal inside. So then I will have one pedal for the rotation, and that is only rotation, and the switch, if you've seen my homemade Tiltrotator project, it's also for this boom swing. So I have one switch for doing that. and then I will have 3 switches that will control which function on the tilt rotator I want to use. So mainly it will be the tilt that is switched on. That's for most cases, and if I have to have the grab under, I will have the auxiliary output on. It's a hard word. And if not, it will be the quick coupler for changing buckets, and I'm thinking about mounting a buzzer on it or something like that also, so I won't leave that one on. But first off, we will take the tilt rotator in and we'll reroute some wires. Let me show you. So on this side it's only one hydraulic line coming out that goes out to my coupler there, and on the other side everything else is coming out. So let's see. On this side we have both lines for the rotor coming out, and we have the power cable coming out, and we also have this one. This will be mounted on top here, but I'm removing this again. I will show you soon. But the wires need to come out on the other side, so I have to reroute that, and I also need to reroute one of the lines for the rotator has also to come out on the other side, because on my machine I had this is where the tilt rotator is connected now. This is for rotation and this is for the hydraulic hammer. And on this side I have this connector that is going to the tilt rotator, and this one is for the rotation, and this is the plug I'm using that has the 4 leaded wire going all the way to the front. So I will just make one like this and put in here, and then I can install the rest inside the machine. So what I done now is I have purged all the grease fittings that I haven't greased in front earlier, like the rotation gear I greased earlier as we saw, but now I have put grease in all the channels here, so I can see the grease is emerging, and same here and on the other side, and the gear housing is full, so that's no problem. So now I know that every position have grease when this one is starting to come out. When I'm using this here, I know that it will be going grease to all these positions at once, so I'm not squirting a lot of grease out of this one and nothing is coming here and stuff like that. So what I will do now is just push some grease in here until I see it come out of this hose here and the other hoses that I haven't connected, because then I know that the grease is in the pipe. All right. Let's see. I think it's perfect. Then it's primed and ready. I had 3 that wasn't connected and everyone came grease out of, so then all lines are primed and everything is ready. Then we can install all these lines and start putting the covers and everything back on. Alright, now I know what all the wires goes to. So this is the quick coupler, this is the tilt, and yeah, I don't know still where is the auxiliary outlet under. So it could be this one, it could be this one, or it could be this one. I'm not sure. So I don't have anything to connect on here. I don't have the hoses to make it possible, because I need to change over some things then, and I don't have that to test this. So it has to be for some other time. I have to probably build my claw over so it will fit under here, but that's not for now. But I now know where every one goes, so I'll take some pictures of the wires so I know which one is connected where, and then I will close everything up. I will strips everything and make everything look good under here, so it's nothing in the way of anything. And then we will put the covers back on, we will reinstall the tilt, and then we can actually go out and test drive this. I just need to hook up some power to the tilt here, and then we can test drive and see that everything is working with the rotation and everything from the machine. So that will be really exciting. Great, here we have it, reassembled, and yeah, everything is ready to go test run on the machine. Here are the wires, so this is the quick coupler and the tilt, and yeah, everything is hooked up. As you can see, here is the hose coming from the manifold, and here is the hose from the swing engine, and yeah, same on the other side. So it's now a 4-hose system. I do have to say, when I bought it, I thought it was an Engcon EC204. That is a S40 tilt rotator meant from a 2 to a 4-ton machine. When I ordered this housing now, they could tell me when I gave them the serial number that this is an Engcon EC206. So this is meant for a 4 to 6-ton machine, and my Terex is a 2.5 machine, so a EC204 would have been perfect for my machine, but yeah, it wasn't that. So this is what I got, and it's a bit heavier. This one weighs in at around 170 kilos, and EC204 would have weighed 120 kilos, so there is 40 kilos difference. So that's quite a lot when you are on a small machine like this. So this will be very interesting, and see how will this function when we have the bucket on and the bucket is full. So that will be a little bit exciting to see, but mainly I will be using this for leveling and stuff like that, not so much excavating, because with this build height I will not be able to load the truck with it. So it's better to, maybe I can use it somewhere where I have to go close into the wall and stuff like that, but mainly this will be used for leveling and stuff like that. But enough talking, let's hook it up to the machine and see how it works. With the tilt rotator connected and all hoses connected to the machine, we are now ready to run a test. And I have taken the electronics, and here you can see I have pulled away everything we don't need. Here is for the quick coupler, and here is for the tilt, the two things we need. And here we have some wires going all the way here and in the window, and bear with me, this is only for testing, so I can't wait to connect everything like it should be. So I want to test it before. Wire comes down there, here connected with a fuse to the battery here, and we have the ground connected down there. So everything is ready for testing, and right now I have to know the tilt will be connected, and then we can fire it up and test it. And afterwards I will take the quick coupler so we can hook a bucket on it, and then I have to go out and change over here. But Alright, as we can see, this one wasn't long enough. I need a longer hose, but I could get from some other places, but I don't have the right connection for here on any other hose. So it is what it is. I can use it but I can't tilt it all the way. But it works, huh? That's just so great. I'm just so happy right now because all my plans is actually working. Okay, except the welding part, but we ain't talking about that. Oh, I need to go and find a bucket so we can test this in the real life, or test this in snow. And no, we need to switch it over again so we get the tilt. So this will be a lot nicer when we have it in the machine, but for testing. Okay, and then we have tilt here. Man, that was great, huh? But I can see I have some slack in this bolt. You can see here. So I will call Engcon on Monday and see if they have bushing and bolt for this one. I don't think the bolt was any wear on, but and there are a little bit play up here also. So yeah, since we have changed out everything, it's nice to have it there for the experience. And we can see the bucket was hooking on perfect back here, so I haven't put the springs in yet, so that's something I need to do, and that's really important because the springs will hold these shut even if the hydraulic pressure is gone. Like now there is no hydraulic pressure here, it's the valve that's holding the pressure in, so if it leaks out these can get loose. So we don't want that when we have the bucket hanging here. This bucket is 100 kilos, so together now we have 270 kilos. So, and still we need, it's 150 liters, so we can still fill in quite a bit of dirt. So It will be exciting to see how it works. But the Tiltrotator is working really great, so that's awesome. Will be a fun tool to have, and it didn't cost me that many money that a new one from Engcon would. So I think a new one for this machine with the controls is about 130,000 crowns, or what will be that, $13,000, something like that. And just the Tiltrotator is $10,000 here in Norway. So yeah, but okay, we have tested it, so next part is just to hook up the controls just as I planned with the switches and everything. So that will be for another day.